Howdy folks, and welcome to what may be the start of a new video series. I haven't quite made my mind up about this yet, but well, it's epic fail. And it's not just World of Tanks. You're going to be seeing some facepalm moments from World of Tanks, War Thunder, and World of Warships, and whatever else takes my fancy. We're starting off, of course, with World of Tanks. This is a standard battle on the Live Oaks map, and it's been sent in by Panzerus1993. That's him. In the comment. We're watching this at double speed because it's too painful to watch without speeding it up so that the misery comes to an end as soon as humanly possible. Get a load of this. This isn't so much about Panzerus's gameplay in the comment as about his team as a whole, or rather about the enemy team as a whole. Just keep an eye on the scores at the top of the screen here. How the enemy team managed to let Panzerus's team get this far forward unopposed is just a mystery. They're engaging Panzerus's team in the town. Oh, Hellcat's down. Scores are 2-0. Was a little lucky he didn't end up sliding off permanently into the water there, but got away with it. Scores are 4-0. Missed a kill somewhere. Scores are 5-0. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. 6-0. And before too long, 7-0, 8-0. Look at this. 9-0. That's going to be 10-0 before long. 10-0. Oh, they just lost a tank in the town. 12-0. They lost another tank in the town. All of the enemy tanks in the town are dead. Every single enemy tank that came down this side of the map is dead. E25 getting shot from in front and behind. Scores are 13-0. You have got to be kidding. 2 artillery left. Come on, artillery. Do it. Shotgun somebody. Salvage your team's dignity, but it's not to be. In fact, watch the 2 artillery strikes. Bang and bang right there. 15-0 defeat for the enemy team, and they almost managed to pull a kill back, and it was almost a team kill from Panzerus's own artillery right at the end of the match. Anyway, how about a World of Warships facepalm? This is Q. He's in the Japanese Tier 10 destroyer, the Shimakaze. I won't show you the entire battle, but I'll show you some of the edited highlights, just to give you an idea of the kind of game that Q is having, right up until the facepalm moment at the end of the match. Tier 10 match, obviously, on the Islands of Ice map. Q's just launched a spread of his 20-kilometre range long lance torpedoes at the likely spots at which enemy cruisers and battleships are likely to be sticking their noses around the corner. Now the cap is obviously contested by other enemy destroyers, and that's a big old spread of torpedoes coming in his direction. I don't think he's been spotted, but there we go. It's 2 torpedo hits, he's just sunk somebody. And he saw these torpedoes coming in plenty of time. Narrowly avoided hitting one of them. It's easy to swing the ass of these ships out just a little bit too far when you're trying to dodge torpedoes. And what's he sunk? It was a Pensacola, Tier 7 cruiser. It was only a Tier 7, it's a Tier 10 match, but hey, a kill's a kill. And while he's cackling over killing the Pensacola, the torpedoes that he launched a minute ago score another 2 hits. I'm not sure what they hit. Whatever it was, they didn't sink them. But that's 4 torpedo hits so far, against targets that he hasn't even seen. Just checking the angles, working the corners, thinking, yep, enemy team are going to be sailing past here around about a minute from now, and letting the torpedoes loose. A couple of minutes later, he's setting up for another torpedo run, and then an enemy destroyer pops out of the smoke screen, spots him, and all hell breaks loose. He loses a lot of health there, takes a lot of damage, but he manages to get his torpedoes away, turns away to break contact, dodges the remaining fire. Another friendly destroyer behind him, wrong place, wrong time, immediately takes the brunt of all that fire from those enemy ships and just gets blown out of the water. There are torpedoes running, but they're no immediate threat. It looks like Q's managed to break contact. He'd be getting shot at if they could see him. People love killing destroyers because they're so dangerous. Fires a salvo from his guns at the destroyer who spotted him. That turns out to be a bit of a mistake, because that immediately gives his position away, even at this range. And all of those guys are now turning their guns towards him, even as he's letting loose a second spread of torpedoes. You can see the fire coming in. There it goes. Yeah, let's get out of here, Q. Let's wait for those torpedoes to do their work. Yep, they're still trying to kill him. The thing is, torpedoes launched at this kind of range, you've got all the time in the world to take evasive action. At that kind of range, just a slight turn to port starboard and they're going to miss. And they don't miss. It's just, people just keep sailing in a straight line after they've been shooting at an enemy destroyer. Surely you know that the destroyer has got torpedoes in the water, and yet people just don't change their course. They're just making it easy. And there we go. Yeah. He's done it again. Oh well. Oh, that. And another one. And there's the Confederate award. Now that, by the way, is the Yamato. That is the Tier 10 Japanese battleship, and that has 93,000 health. Up front there, friendly cruiser. Oh, enemy torpedoes in the water. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, he took a hit. He took a hit. It knocked out his steering. He was very lucky to survive that. Another sneaky destroyer nearly put him out of the game. But he got away with it. He immediately controlled the flooding. He's not taken any further damage. That's as good as full health Yamato battleship around the corner of that iceberg. You know what's coming, don't you? If this cruiser will just get out of the way. That cruiser, by the way, is the American Tier 10 cruiser, the Des Moines. It's a very, very good ship. Its 203mm guns are autoloaders. It fires 90 shots a minute. Very good ship, but it's not the kind of ship that you want to be engaging a Yamato with at that kind of close range. The Yamato's secondary batteries alone are going to do fearsome damage to that ship. The Des Moines takes the hint and gets out of there. Q's dropped a smoke screen, but the Des Moines was spotted and starts taking fire from the other side of the map. Q's sitting there with his backside puckering as those shots go whizzing right over the top of his ship. The Yamato sees the Des Moines running away. He thinks, I'm going to get me some American cruiser. Swiggity swooty. I'm going to get me some Des Moines booty. And he comes nosing around the corner, right in front of a Tier 10 destroyer at point blank range with 15 610mm torpedo tubes prepped, loaded and ready to go. His secondary batteries open up instantly. And Q's going to die. But so's the Yamato. Totally worth it. But do you know what the really funny part is? He just did 160,000 damage. Got the Confederate, the high caliber, multiple detonation awards, multiple devastating strike awards, sank 3 ships, including a Tier 10 battleship. And he still lost. How about a spot of world attacks? Again. Why not? This is Lieutenant Crow on the Overlord map in the Doom Turtle, the T-95. And he's having a spot of bother. He's got some medium tanks up in front of him. The KV-4 that he's with just gets blown away, and a Conqueror puts a shot into him from the rear. Now, he absolutely has to turn around and chase the Conqueror. Well, I say chase the Conqueror. He's in a T-95. You don't chase anything in a T-95. You can't afford to sit in the middle of the open field with a Conqueror behind you. He takes some damage from the medium tanks on the other side of the field while he gets down out the line of their fire and goes after the Conqueror. The Conqueror is not making this difficult for him. He's reversing with the side of his turret. And so, yeah, alright, he kills the Conqueror. Now that's when his problems start. Here comes a T-34-3, here comes an Object 416, and a VK2801. Oh well, it was a lovely war while it lasted. Sit back and wait for the inevitable. There's no way he's getting out of this alive. Or so you'd think. Alright, so he kills the Object 416. But he's still got a VK2801 on 7 health. And a T-34-3 behind him. Surely it's all over now. Just a couple more shots. Oh, hang on. Plot twist. Now there's the T-34 behind him. Now surely he's doomed. Surely now he's doomed. I said Are you guys just not paying attention? Oh, look at that. Now, the VK281 is now on 1 health. He's killed the T-34. How is this even possible? What is the VK281 firing? Actually, the VK281 has decided,
screw you guys, I'm going home.
Imagine yourself for a moment, if you will, in the position of this T-34-3 driver who's had half his team either die on him or abandon him while they're trying to kill this T-95. But hey, plot twist. Meanwhile, plot twist for brave Sir Robin, who bravely ran away in the VK2801. He's now got an M46 Patton chasing after him, so he's all, pardon me, excuse me, coming through, beep beep. T-34-3 can't believe what he's seeing. Now there's an M46 Patton turned in, but further plot twist for the VK2801, he bravely runs away, straight into an FCM50T. Now that's justice. T-34-3 decides,
screw you guys, I'm going home.
And when danger rears its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled as well. And that is how Lieutenant Crow survived the impossible in the T-95 on the Overlord map. Anyway, before anybody accuses me of playing favourites, don't worry, War Thunder's not getting away with it either. This is Darth Nihilus, and he is playing his very first game ever in the Focke-Wulf 190 D13, the infamous Butcherbird. This is a realistic battle. It's not an arcade battle. Realistic battle. You tend to get a slightly more intelligent class of player in realistic battle. You don't tend to get as many players who fly into you, who crash their aircraft, who shoot through you in order to get the enemy plane in front of you. That sort of thing doesn't tend to happen in realistic battle. No, in realistic battle, they do it on purpose. BF-109K4 behind him, on his own team, obviously, because he's blue. And, well, he's just scored the first kill of the game. Unfortunately, he's on his own team. So that was the quickest ever realistic battle that Darth Nihilus has ever flown. Blown out of the sky at the hands of a teammate. Well, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. There he is. There's the BF-109K4 taking off, and there's another Focke-Wulf 190 D13 up ahead of him. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe he accidentally shoots down two of his teammates while taking off. No, he didn't. No, he's scum. He's a team-killing douchebag. There we go. He's just shot off the control surfaces of another teammate, and then he deliberately crashes his own aircraft. Okay, well, hopefully the two surviving players on his team can now have an uninterrupted match against the 6 players on the enemy team. Well, you'd like to think so, wouldn't you? This is an ME-410, twin-engined heavy fighter. I think he's got the big-ass 50mm cannon mounted in his nose as well. And that up front is another player in another Focke-Wulf 190, although it's the Focke-Wulf 190A8 this time. And that's right, 2 of them in the same match. Things then go from the sublime to the ridiculous, because War Thunder is obviously thinking to itself, oh wow, this team's losing its pilots very quickly. Let's grab somebody else who's queued up for a realistic battle and put him in the match, and there he is, he's just spawned on the runway. This poor guy has absolutely no idea what he's just got himself into. There he is. He's thinking, oh, I've just joined a battle in progress. Oh well, wow, team aren't doing very well. I'd better get up there and help them. Here comes the ME-410. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here it comes. And he shoots him down, and then he deliberately crashes his plane as well. And that is the world's fastest ever War Thunder realistic battle. 2 minutes, every single aircraft on the team dead. Of course, I'm not pointing the finger at War Thunder here. This isn't a War Thunder thing. This is an online gaming thing. This is what happens anytime you have players. It happens in World of Tanks. It happens in World of Warships. But I have never seen as bad an example of it as this. The entire team wiped out due to deliberate team killing or deliberate crashing in the first 2 minutes of the game. So, that was epic fail. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this in the future in the comments. As always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.